Hello and welcome to week 12, piece 23 of the Wall of Stitches crochet along. And this week we're starting with the knit purl stitch. So this crochet stitch is made to look like knitting, and it's usually made in the round, but it looks good as in rows as well. So for this piece, you're going to be making a foundation chain of 31. Okay, so I've marked the first chain from my hook because I want my turning chain to count as the first stitch of the row. And then to start the knit purl stitch, we're going to make a single crochet in the third chain from my hook. And then for row 1, we're just going to make a single crochet in each stitch across. Now, I will say that you need to try and keep your stitches loose, as we will be working into the middle of them in the next row. So it's just really helpful if you try and keep your tension a bit loose if you tend to crochet really tight. So just single crochet in each stitch across. There's my last one. Okay, so row 1, just all single crochet. So now we turn and chain 1. Make a single crochet in the first stitch of the row. So from row 2 onwards, we can start to make our knit purl stitch. Now this stitch it just looks a little bit neater if you make it in the round, but it still looks good made in rows as well. Okay, so we made a single crochet in the first stitch of the row, and now we're going to make a single crochet in the back loop only. Okay. And then in the next stitch, we're going to make a waistcoat stitch. So this is why we needed to keep our single crochet loose. So to make a waistcoat stitch, you go through the middle of your single crochet stitch. Now I've not made mine as loose as I should. Okay, so I've made it through the V. So best see it in this one over here. So this upside down V here, you go through the middle, you push your hook through that. Okay, to come through the other side. So if I turn it over, you want your stitch to come through like that. So you've got two V's stacked on top of each other. That's what the V stitch looks like. The waistcoat stitch, sorry. It comes through the V on the back of your single crochet to make it look like stacked V's on top of each other. So that's why we're doing that. Just looks a little bit different from the front. So after the waistcoat stitch, you're going to make a single crochet in the back loop only. Then the next stitch, you'll again do a waistcoat stitch. So the waistcoat stitches take a little bit of getting used to. But if you keep your tension loose, they're much easier to make. And then single crochet in the back loop in the next stitch. And you continue this repeat across the row. So waistcoat stitch for the next one, which is just pushing through that V. I definitely didn't make my stitches loose enough. It's biting me now. Okay. And then single crochet in the back loop only for the next stitch. And just carry that on across the row. So if you are struggling with making your waistcoat stitches, it might be an idea to go up a hook size, but it's just about getting used to where those stitches are placed and keeping your tension loose, which I definitely didn't do enough of. Okay. Once you get to your last two stitches, you're going to make a waistcoat stitch in the second to last stitch. And then in the final stitch of the row, you're going to make a single crochet in that turning chain. So just a single crochet in both loops. So that's row 1 of the knit purl. And what you end up is these V's with a line next to it. And the idea is it just looks like knitting. So I'm going to turn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the first stitch of the row. Right, so because we're now working to the back, we're now going to do, it's the same pattern as we did before, except it's reversed. So after we make our single crochet, we're going to make a waistcoat stitch in the next stitch. So hook through the middle of the stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to make a single crochet but in the front loop only. Okay, so we're reversing the order of stitches and we're working in the front loop instead of the back loop. And that's so that we keep these bars on the front. Okay. We want it looking the same as we did on the other side. So waistcoat stitch in the next stitch, and then the stitch after that, single crochet in the front loop only. Waistcoat stitch in the next one. Keep that tension loose to make it easier. And then single crochet front loop only in the next stitch. And just carry that on across the row. So waistcoat stitch, followed by single crochet front loop only. Single crochet front loop only, and then when you get to the last stitch of the row, you're going to make a single crochet in both loops. Okay, and that's row 3. I turn it over so you can see those waistcoat stitches, and you see these bars. You'll have those bars on every row. To complete your knit purl piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 until you have 14 rows in total. Once you finish row 14, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for this stitch, you're going to be making a single crochet in every stitch across the top and bottom to give 30 stitches in total. Then down the sides, you're going to make a single crochet into the side of every row to give you 14 stitches down each edge. And then of course you need to add an extra stitch in each corner for the turn. So once you finish round 1 of your border, you can go ahead and add rounds 2 and 3 as well. Then cut off and weave in your ends. And then you're going to join this piece to last week's fondant stitch piece. So once you join those pieces, then we're going to move on to our second piece this week, which is the bottom linked double crochet. So I shall see you in that video in just a moment.